Hi and welcome back to the garden. Today is Sunday, August 29th. What do you do when August starts winding down? Well, of course you prepare for fall garden. Come on, let's plant. Now if you see right here, the mulch is pretty thin. We're right down to soil. So in preparation for fall planting, we're going to add a little mulch. That is fantastic. Now we've been succession planting all season long. This last batch of beets and carrots, when the armyworms came through eastern Oklahoma, I lost all the little sprouts. So what do? Well, you go ahead and you plant. So what we're doing today is we're going to go ahead and get ready to plant for the winter, not just for the fall. First step you want to do with that is just like any other thing. You want to add some mulch. So we've been doing a little mowing today. Found some trees that were stressed a little bit, so we got some dry leaves. So that's going to give us a nice little mixture of green and brown. I'm pretty much just going to make piles of mulch today. We're going to let it heat up and kind of start breaking down. Then we'll spread it out. But I am going to kind of lay out where we're going to have our cold frame, where we're going to put our straw bales. Come on, let's mulch. Even after all the squash bugs, we still have a couple squash that seem to be coming on pretty good late this summer. We also have some cantaloupe that came up voluntarily and they're doing well this summer. And the beans are going gangbusters. But we're going to prepare in this area. We're going to go ahead and have our fall garden. This stuff will all die back just as soon as it frosts out. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and add some more mulch. Do not be afraid to put your piles in deep. Those will break down about half that size before we need to spread it out. Now all we're doing is pre-setting right now. This is the area I intend to have one of the cold frames set up this year. Honestly, this is the most work you have to do in a weed-free garden, is just piling up your mulch. You have to mow anyhow, and if you're bagging it up, you save one step, just bring it over and pile it up. If you're raking leaves, instead of bagging them up, bring them over, pile them up. So we're just going to leave these in piles like this for right now. Now typically, a straw bale or a hay bale, a square, is about 32 inches. So I'm going to need 64 or so across here. And then this corn's going to be gone. So it's only going to come out to about right there on that leaf. We just make a square, and that holds my frame. You don't actually have to put your frame up, just know where it's going to go. Once we spread this out, we'll go ahead and plant in here, and we still won't have to have the frame up. Once this stuff starts dying back, then we'll have plenty of room to go ahead and get our frame up well before the frost. Well, I was pretty busy this morning. Right in this area, we're going to have another cold frame. Once it starts cooling off, we'll harvest this turmeric, row of carrots, and row of beets, and that'll make us a nice little square right in here, about 36 inches. Whether you're using a straw bale or a hay bale, whether it's laying flat or standing up on its end, whether you're using 2x6s or pallet wood, or whatever else you have your hands on, set your mulch, go ahead and plant and get your plants started. Just a little pre-planting will have you ready to plant in the first part of September. Then once it starts getting cold, you'll be able to button them up. You ought to be able to have harvest all the way up through Christmas, if not longer. Well, we've got some fresh mulch down, and our cold frame pile started. The thing is, you don't have to do it all in one day. Work at it a little bit at a time. Got a pretty good shot at having a pretty decent garden. I hope some of these tips and tricks have been helpful. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family. God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.